Most professionals focus their energy in completely the wrong direction when they want a promotion. They work harder, they take on more, they wait, and nothing changes. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what senior leaders are actually looking for before they put your name forward. Not in theory, but based on 44 years of sitting inside organisations, watching who moves up and understanding precisely why. There are three things, and if the people above you can't see all three clearly, your chances of being promoted are significantly lower than they should be. So let's go through them one by one. When someone wants a promotion, the instinct is almost always the same. Do more, work longer, deliver bigger results. And while none of that is wrong, it misses the point entirely. Because the people making promotion decisions are not evaluating your output in isolation. They're evaluating something much broader than that. They're asking themselves whether they can trust you with more, whether they can picture you operating at the next level, whether putting your name forward reflects well on them. Now, the last point matters more than most people realise. When a senior leader recommends someone for promotion, they're putting their own credibility on the line. So the need to feel confident, not just that you're good at your current job, but that you're ready for the next one. And confidence is built through three specific things. Now this sounds obvious, but most professionals underestimate how poorly known they actually are to the people that are their immediate manager, that are above their immediate manager. Knowing you doesn't mean knowing your name or your job title. It means having a real sense of who you are as a professional, how you think, how you handle pressure, how you show up when things get difficult. Senior leaders build their picture through direct interaction, through the moments when they've seen you contribute in a meeting, through the conversations when your perspective stood out, through the times when they've watched how you handle a challenge. Now, if those moments haven't happened, they don't have that picture, and without that picture, your name simply doesn't come to mind. Now, when an opportunity arises, this is why being technically excellent but invisible is such a dangerous place to be. You might be the best person for the role, but if the decision maker doesn't know you well enough to feel confident putting your name forward, it doesn't matter. So the first question you need to ask yourself honestly is this: do the people 3 levels above me actually know me? Not of me, know me. If the answer is no, that's where you start. Now, you don't fix this by engineering awkward one-to-one meetings with senior leaders, or by making it obvious that you're trying to get noticed. You fix it through consistent, meaningful contribution in situations where senior people are present. Now, when there's a cross-functional project, put your hand up, not to be seen, but because it genuinely puts you in the room with people who would otherwise never interact with you. So when a senior leader asks a question in a meeting, give a thoughtful answer, not a long one, a clear, considered one that demonstrates how you think. And when you have a genuine insight or a well-reasoned perspective on something, that matters to the business. Find the appropriate moment to share it. Now, each of those interactions adds a small piece to the picture someone above you is forming about who you are. Now, over time, those pieces add up. And when your name comes up in a promotion discussion, There's enough there for someone to say, yes, I know that person. I've seen how they operate. I'm confident that's what you're building toward. Knowing you is the foundation, but trust is what actually moves decisions forward. Trust in this context means something very specific. It means that senior leaders believe you will do what you say, handle things well without needing to be managed closely, and represent the team and the organisation well in a bigger role. Trust is built slowly, but it can be lost quickly. It's built through consistency. So when you say you'll deliver something, you deliver it. When you commit to a deadline, you meet it. When you take on responsibility, you see it through completely, not just adequately. It's also built through how you handle difficulty. Anyone can perform well when things are going smoothly. The moments that build trust, real trust, are the ones where something goes wrong. How do you respond? Do you stay calm? Do you take ownership? Do you bring a solution rather than just a problem? Now, senior leaders notice those moments, even when you think they're not watching. And over time, the professionals who consistently demonstrate reliability and composure in difficult situations become the ones that senior leaders instinctively feel safe putting forward. So trust isn't just something that happens passively over time. You can build it deliberately. So start by being completely reliable on the commitments you've already made. Not mostly reliable, completely reliable. If you say you'll have something done by Thursday, have it done by Thursday. If something changes, communicate early. Never let a deadline pass in silence. Next, make a habit of bringing solutions, not just problems. When you raise an issue with the senior leader, come with a recommended course of action. Even if they don't take it, the act of thinking it through before bringing it forward signals that you're already operating at the next level. And when things go wrong, which they will, take ownership clearly and quickly. Don't deflect. Don't make excuses. Acknowledge what happened, explain what you're doing about it, and follow through. Nothing builds trust faster than watching someone handle a mistake with complete professionalism. Now these behaviours, done consistently, create a reputation. And that reputation is what gets talked about in rooms you're not in. Now, the last one is one most people miss entirely. So even if a senior leader knows you and trusts you, there's still one more question they need to be able to answer before they'll put your name forward. Can I picture this person doing that job? It sounds simple, but it's the question that quietly eliminates a lot of otherwise strong candidates. Picturing someone in a role means being able to imagine them handling the pressures, the responsibilities, and the visibility that comes with it. It means having enough evidence to believe they won't just survive at the next level, but genuinely thrive. And that picture is built through the signals you send right now in your current role. How do you communicate in senior meetings? Do you speak with clarity and confidence, or do you hedge and qualify everything? How do you carry yourself when things are under pressure? Do you project calm, or does your anxiety become visible to everyone around you? How do you treat people at every level of the organisation? All of those signals are being read, consciously or not, by the people above you, And the picture they form from those signals is what determines whether they can see you in a bigger role. And the most practical thing you can do here is to start behaving like the next role is already yours. Not in an arrogant way, in a deliberate way. Think about what the person in that role needs to do well. What decisions do they make? What conversations do they lead? What problems do they solve? And then look for opportunities in your current role to demonstrate those exact capabilities. Volunteer for projects that stretch you into that territory. Take on responsibilities that let you show how you'd operate at the next level when you're in meetings with senior people. Contribute in the way that someone in that role above you would contribute. Not above your station, at the standard of where you want to go. This does two things. It builds your own confidence and capability. And it builds the picture in other people's minds that you're already operating close to that level. So when the promotion conversation happens, you want the decision to feel obvious, not like a risk. The way you make it feel obvious is by giving people enough evidence over enough time that they can picture you in the role without having to imagine too hard. So let's bring this together. Before a senior leader will put your name forward for promotion, 3 things need to be in place. They need to know you, not just know of you, but have a real sense of how you think, how you operate, and what you stand for as a professional. They need to trust you. They need consistent evidence that you deliver on your commitments, handle difficulty with composure, and can be relied upon without close supervision. And they need to be able to picture you in the role. They need enough signals from your current behaviours to feel confident that you won't just cope at the next level, but that you'll genuinely belong there. Now, none of these 3 things happen automatically. None of them come from working harder in silence. They come from being deliberate, from taking responsibility for how you're seen, not just what you deliver. And that starts today, not when the next opportunity comes up, today. Here's the honest truth about promotions. The best person doesn't always get the role. The best known, best trusted, most clearly pictured person does. Now that might feel unfair, but once you understand it, it's actually good news. Because all 3 of those things are within your control. You can take steps starting this week to make sure the right people know you better, trust you more, and can picture you clearly in the role you want. Your career is not something that happens to you. It's something you build. And now you know exactly where to start. Now, if this gave you something useful today, I want to hear from you. So leave a comment below and tell me, which of these 3 things do you think is your biggest gap right now? Is it being known, being trusted, or being pictured in the next role? Your answer will help me create the content that speaks directly to where you are. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button now, because every week I'm giving you the honest, practical guidance that most professionals never get until it's too late. You have more potential than the people above you may currently realize. It's time to change that.